we'll start now with building the app. So the first thing you do is make a new task, what we will just call exercise 1. Okay, so make sure before you start to make sure the joints are unlocked. And the button is pressed so it is in guide mode. So the first thing we do is we want to set a home position for the robot. You drag cart motion to the bottom, and we're gonna teach you some poses now. In my case, the home position was already set. Okay, so we'll press the button, press OK. Then I will set the speed. As I mentioned before, I don't want you guys to go on full speed of the robot because of safety reasons. So for now, we'll just take 25 and acceleration of 15. So now we want to move from the robot to the direction of the cube, and we will make an XY movement. And in this case, we will take relative motion. So it means the robot will move relative to its older position. So in my case, this will be 120, and this is a bit strange, but the X and Y coordinates are in correlation with the position of the gripper. So if the gripper is, for example, 55 degrees turned, it will give it an X value of 45. It will move in a diagonal position. So that's good to know when you start programming the robot. So 120, we'll slow down the speed a little bit, and we have relative motion that will just move to the specified direction. Then I will add another relative motion, and this relative motion will take the robot to the cube. So we go in Y direction 300. And guys, need to be sure, if you guys have a different home position, you will have, of course, different X and Y values. So you just need to figure out around which what the length will be. So 300, slow down the speed a little bit, relative motion, continue. Now we will see if I run the code, I will move around the position of the cube. So I'll just bring back the robot to around its home position. Yes, it's in teaching mode. So what I want to do now is the robot is gonna grab the cube. What we can do in this one is to will, I think it's 45 degrees. You can just check. Good morning. Okay, so that's the good direction. Okay, now we can see the robot is turned 45 degrees and is in the correct position. So now we want the robot to grab the object. Therefore, we'll move snatch move. So first, the gripper open width. This is just when the gripper is in its open position. So we can set it to the current width. Then we want to know what the width needs to be when the gripper is closed. So we can bring the robot down. We're going to try on error. Until we see so you need to make sure that the gripper is grabbing the cube equally. So this seems to be alright. So, yeah, now we will close the gripper, set it to its current width. we set the gripper force to 50 Newton, and the object is weighting 100 gram. Then we need to teach the pose where the gripper is grabbing the object. So we already have that position, so we can just press the circle on top of the robot. And this is an hover pose. So what this will do is the robot will hover minus 50 millimeter above the object. So this will be around here. So we continue. We again set the speed a bit slower. And we want the hover pose to be before and after. So okay. And what we want to do with it, we want to add some limiting. And with limiting, we allow the robot to have some resistance. If we don't do it, then the robot is lifting the object up, and if the robot feels some resistance, it will not work and will give an error. So we say in set direction it can have some more resistance. I'll just set the joint resistance also some harder. Okay. And here it also says that we may not use this as a safety function. Okay. So we can play it and see that there are no errors. And you will see pretty often that there will be an error, that it can't grab the object because the limiting force is not good. So now we see it's lifting the object, so that's good. But still, I think it's pretty close to the plat, so I'll set it a bit higher. So let's say we take minus 100. That will do it. Okay, and now before now we shouldn't use relative motion. I mean, we can go on one line to this line, but I will apply now a card motion, so I will teach the positions for the robot. Okay, so what I will do is I will disable this one from the task. Okay, now I'll set it to teaching mode. Enable the card motion. So make sure that it is on translation. First this one. Okay. I want it to be around, yeah, it's like to the whole. Again, circle, and press OK. We can set the speed again. Continue. I know we want to place the cube, so therefore we can take unclaps move the robot to the pose where the object should be released. So bring the robot so free move so the cube is exactly placed. So pitch this position. This is okay. Gripper open. And the gripper speed you can also always have pretty high. So now it's like moving to the place. So I want this speed to be pretty slow. again, move before and move after. And this, I will also add a card flex. This will allow the robot to move during its pose. So therefore I will set, we have some resistance in the set direction. So we'll set this one lower. Okay. And then some limiting, so we can have some force. Continue. Okay. We can run it now and see what's happening. Perfect. Now we will move a little bit up again. So minus 50. Okay. The speed we can have a bit higher. And then we want to go back to the home position. So we'll just select all and disable them. And then we'll only enable the first home position. We'll run it. Then I can disable this one. Enable the last one. And teach this position. Okay. Select all, enable. So let's run the whole code again. Okay, great. It's working. So now we can add some extra things if we want to. We'll first rename everything. So let's say this is home position, move X. Move Y. Correct object. Here it moves, move X, Y. And these objects move up and home position. Okay, so now we'll add some things which we can repeat. And I need to have this one in the loop, because if I don't have it, then this relative motion will be relative to this one. So then it will move somewhere else. So we can repeat it twice for now. Let's say we do user, so when we press this button, we can repeat the task. Yes, let's see. function, but now I want to repeat it. I'm gonna queue back. Do it again. I will see, except if I hit the robot, it will just stop. So this was the first exercise. I think these are most things you need to know when you start working with the study assignments. And as mentioned before, just play around with all the apps here to see what they can do. And at the end, download your exercise and put it in a folder because you can't open it like this. So you can just once download it, put it in your folder. So that was it for this exercise. Thank you guys for listening.